Hey, I'm Krissie. This is my lovely tail stuff. I have other stuffed toys. I have a plush toy of Hershey over there. I'm going to be reading you some fanfictions I've written because I have speaking issues and I want to get better. And you guys get to enjoy my reading. I will try to do funny voices, I promise. Ah, the funny voices. Okay. The story I'm going to read is What Instrument Do You Play?, which is a story on fanfiction that I wrote. I began writing in 2013 when another user on fanfiction called Flying High 205 asked me if I could write a story of Sonic Underground and Tails. And I don't remember when they asked me. I'm pretty sure it was a long time before I wrote this fanfiction. The fanfiction is 5 chapters long, even though in the first chapter I was planning on 3. The basis of the story is obviously Tails joining the Sonic Underground, which is really fun. Chapter 1 is called Rescue. Rescue. I am a Tails doll. Rescue. Okay, so let's begin. Welcome to Mobius, where the world is being run by a power-hungry madman named Robotnik. Robotnik. The insane man turns anyone against him into a robot with his machine, the Roboticizer. The thing is worse than hell. I'd rather die than be taken away to become some metallic puppet of his. I guess you can say I have a dark outlook on things, but who wouldn't? This place is a hellhole, and we have no light at the end of the tunnel. Well, we do have a light somewhere. Queen Alina and her 3 children, supposedly. They're all freedom fighters working to free us, but I haven't seen much done. I doubt they even exist. They're probably just some fairy tale made up by some kids, made up to give some kids some hope. But eventually we grow up and realize there is no hope, no light, no way out other than death. But I'm too stubborn, too hard-headed to give up without a fight. As I speak, I'm running for what I believe is my life. 2 big guys are chasing me down. One is a gray wolf with straggly fur and orange eyes. He's wearing some strange armor and a cape. Seriously, a cape. I think he's trying too hard to look cool and threatening. The other is obviously the number 1, but he is still stronger. He's a much larger, muscular, orange-brown dingo. He wears purple glasses, which means his vision is bad. I noticed earlier that the wolf had some remote that causes the dingo to change shape. It's kind of creepy. I have to lose them quick. I twist and turn around on this street that I can. I twist and turn around anything on the street that I can. There aren't that many people on the street, unfortunately. If there was, I would get lost in the crowd. So I trip over trash cans and carts, hoping that they'll trip over the fallen contents. I made sure to cover myself up so they can't see my face and to disguise myself thoroughly underneath this blue cloak. I always made sure to cover up my seen birthmark. I turn down an alley and curse my lot as I see the dead end in front of me. I'm going to have to climb over and pray those guys slip on some soda back in the street. I began climbing over the slick metal and half-brick wall. My hand almost reaches the top when I'm forced down, being choked by the blue cloak that surrounds me. "I've got you, you brat," the wolf sneers. I try to shake out of his grasp, but he's stronger than me. I wish I wasn't so puny. "Way to go, Sleet!" Dingo congratulates him as he enters the alley. It looks like he fell over some of the stuff I threw in their way by all the bumps and bruises on him. "Now take him back to Dr. Robotnik," he chuckled. Something about this guy's voice really makes me want to punch him in the face. "Hold this brat and don't let him get away. And don't screw up, Dingo," he ordered as he tossed me to the giant orange monster. He held me tightly, but at least he was nice enough not to choke me. I guess the idiot is nicer than he seems. They dragged me back to their car tank-looking vehicle. Seriously, I wasn't sure what it was. Sleet grabbed some shackles and forced them on me, and as I tried to wiggle my way out, that's when it happened. And boy, I wasn't prepared for the battle I would soon be in. Not prepared at all. Not at all. Switching to third-person point of view. The Sonic Underground van sped down the near-empty street with purpose. Minnick was driving like a madman as Sonic was cheering him to go on faster. Sonia was sitting in her seat, trying to hold on to her lunch. "Dude, Sleet and Dingo are in sight," Minnick announced as he stared at Robotnik's henchman. "And they've got some dude in a blue cloak." "What are those idiots doing chasing after somebody like that?" Sonic questioned as he scratched his head. "I've got intel saying that they were chasing the person who was piloting that plane we saw," Sonia stated as she pushed her hair out of her eyes so she could read the computer. "Well, that's the dude who flew that hot red plane over the outer wall of the city. Dude's got guts." Minnick smiled as he and his brother touched fist. La 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 la. "I'll say, I thought Robotnik destroyed every kind of plane that didn't work for him." The blue hedgehog opened the passenger door. "Well, let's go save him." The blue streak of wind passed the van and headed straight towards the two. He hit Dingo hard, and then he went flying into a wall, dropping the blue cloaked boy to the ground. He was already shackled by his hands and feet. His mouth was agape as he stared at his savior, a blue hedgehog with light green eyes. "Hey, you okay?" the blue hedgehog asked. Too embarrassed and too stubborn, the boy in blue only stared at him for a moment, letting his words sink in. "You okay?" He hadn't heard anyone ask him that in years. He quickly nodded as he stood up. "Cool," he gave a thumbs up. "My bro will be here with the van in a moment. Hop in real quick and he'll take those shackles off of you. Until then, hang on tight. I'll take care of Sleet and Dingo." "Not so fast," Rodent Sleet screeched. He pressed a button on his arm and SWAT bots came out of the tank. They instantly locked onto Sonic, going, "Priority run, Rodent." The boy in blue shuffled his feet over to the street curb as the hedgehog moved at the speed of sound, homing and attacking the bots. The van pulled up, and there was a pink hedgehog with blue eyes at the passenger door. She reached her hand out and grabbed him and pulled him inside the van. He let out an eep as his face collided with the door. He was pulled up by a green hedgehog. "You okay, dude?" he asked as he sat him up in the passenger seat. "Sonia, be careful. We're here to rescue him, not hurt him," he nagged at the pink hedgehog, who hopped out of the car to help the blue hedgehog. He reached over and closed the passenger door. "We're escaping while they cover," he told the boy in the blue coat. He spun the van around quickly and began to speed away. Then he pressed a button and let go of the steering wheel. "Are you nuts?" the boy screamed. "Dying is not on my list of things to do today." "Dude, relax," the brown-eyed hedgehog stated with a thick surfer accent. "It's on autopilot. We're perfectly safe. Now, let me get those shackles off of you." He pulled out some lockpicks from the pouch at his waist. The boy stared at him. "My name's Minnick. What's yours?" The attempt at small talk didn't work as he picked the lock on the shackles. Once they were off, the green hedgehog rolled down the window and tossed them out. "Sometimes they have tracking devices on them. You're safe now. So what's your name? You didn't seem to answer earlier. You feeling okay, dude?" The boy stared at him for a moment, but didn't reply. He brought his knees to his chest and rested his chin on them as he stared at the stranger. Later they regrouped. Sonic and Sonia were bickering about the best way to handle SWAT bots, and Minnick was drumming a beat on the steering wheel of the van. The boy watched them as if they were cable. Then the blue hedgehog zipped in front of him. "Hey, what's your name? We've heard a rumor that you were the one driving that red plane earlier. So is that why Robotnik's goons were after you?" He spoke quickly. The boy simply stared into his green eyes and shot. "I'm waiting," he began, tapping his foot. The boy looked at the three hedgehogs around him, his mind racing, and then his mouth opened. He faded. He fainted. Yeah. Words. Okay, so that is the end of the first chapter. I will again leave the link into the description below for you to find it and read it on fanfiction if you like, and I may go on to read other chapters, so enjoy.